Hi, you're welcome. Today we are going to be discussing about the blame game. I never wanted to discuss about this very topic, but I saw a lot of things that are happening around that makes people to lose because of their blame nature. You will see a lot of people that are failing in something that ordinarily they should have cross over it because of their blame nature. Okay, people blame people for their failure. People blame the government because they just keep blaming people. They keep blaming the government. They keep blaming everything around them. They just lose focus, and at the end of the day they just become failures. Okay, so now I want to make this video to be able to explain these things and then make things clear for people to be able to avoid being victim of these things. Whether we like it or not, thousands of people are becoming failures because of this blame game. So now blame game is what we will be talking about in this video. Let us start by defining what blame is. Blame simply means responsibility for something meriting censure or culpability for an undesirable or unwanted event. If you are still struggling to understand the grammar I'm speaking, let me come down to a very basic level. When we say blame, it simply means someone pushing away the responsibility of something negative to another person or to another thing. Okay, so that is what blame is. Now, how does blame make people to lose in life? How does blame make people to become failures? Okay, these are some of the things that blame can make you to lose. Now, blame can be able to make you to disconnect from your environment, disconnect from people, disconnect from every other thing that could be of help to you. How, someone may want to ask. Now, have you ever seen someone that hated everybody in his own life? He hated every other person in his own surrounding because of the negativity or because of the blame he feels those people are responsible for. I have seen someone that even hated his parents because he felt they were responsible for him not being able to go to school, which now made him to become a loser in life. The earlier you learn to take responsibilities, the earlier you learn to blame not all the people but look down inside yourself and then know the reasons why things happened, then it's going to be very helpful to you, because once you disconnect yourself from other people, once you disconnect yourself from the environment, you are going to not only miss out on people but miss out on important people that could be of help to you in this life. If you are starting up as a business owner, or if you are an academician, or if you are a dreamer that is coming up, looking up to achieve something, people are important for you. And the very moment you despise people, or the very moment you disconnect yourself from people because of this blame game, then you are not going to be doing good for yourself, but rather it is going to make you to keep on losing more and more and more and more in the future. Another thing that blaming people can be able to make you is to lose a learning opportunity. For someone that doesn't blame people, he will have that opportunity to sit down whenever anything negative happens. He will just sit down and then think deep within himself and say, okay, now that I failed on this business trip, what are the reasons? Despite the fact that maybe the driver failed, and then the driver didn't come up on time to come and pick him there, and then he missed an opportunity. Or it could be that the person that he was owing money didn't pay him that money on time, and that is why he lost the opportunity to be able to catch up on that business trip. But someone that is very, very, very strong and is accountable will sit down and look at it. Okay, hey, calm down. What is it exactly that I did from my own end that contributed to this thing? What is my lessons from these things? What can I learn from this thing that happened? It will give him an opportunity to sit down and also navigate, then anticipating other future opportunities such that he will not be able to land into that mess again. As simple as that. But anybody that is into the blame game will never have that chance, will never have that opportunity to be able to sit down and then look at how he can be able to prevent that from coming in the future. One other thing that the blame game can land you into is it will prepare you for another failure. What do I mean by that? For somebody that is fond of blaming other people for something that doesn't work out for him or her, he will always be having it at the back of his mind that, well, if I fail, at least I have Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C to blame for this. If this one didn't work out, at least I have this person to be responsible for it. People that are having this blame game will always feel comfortable to fail, and it will never be a big deal for them. The mind is something, it's just like a magnet. Whatever it is that you brings to it, it will attract it and then keep it, okay? And if you keep on feeding yourself with negative things, you keep on feeding yourself with blaming other people for something that you should be able to change yourself, the more your brain will become acclimatized to failure, and before you know it, failure will not become something strange to you. In fact, it will lead to a stage that when you see yourself progressing, your brain will just say, no, you are not supposed to progress. You're supposed to just fail and blame that other person person. You know, you will be comfortable with failure. So blame game will always make you prepared for another failure that will be coming your way. So blame game is never a good thing to you. Blame game can cause a lot of different havoc to you. It can make you, in fact, it can take you into a different dimension of failure that you can never even recover from. So the blame game is not good for you. The blame game is not good for anybody. Now, having discussed about all these things, what then is the way forward for you not becoming a victim of blame game? Okay, it's quite simple. It's very simple. You just apply this to your life. You just apply this to your daily routines. You just apply this to your doings. You have gotten over the blame game. And what is that thing? Just put yourself at the center of it all. Simple. If you can just put yourself at the center of it all, then you have overcome any other blame game that may befall any other person. How can you put yourself at the center of it all? Now, this is what you should do. Anytime you have anything undesirable happening, anytime you have something negative happening, anything you have something bad happening to you, just sit down and ask yourself, what were your roles in that? What were the things you did that contributed to that? What you could have done that could have prevented that from happening? The very moment you sit down and you begin reasoning out such questions in your mind and you begin to answer them, that is your first step onto overcoming the blame game. Now, for instance, let's assume you were just driving in your own car and then maybe you lost a tire and then the thing just fall off. If you want to be a person that is free from the blame game, the first thing you should be able to tell yourself is, I was not good enough to have taken that car to the mechanic. Okay, so you will not blame the other person on the road that was driving by your own side. You will not blame any other person around you. You will not blame the manufacturers of that car. In fact, you will just know that this is something that I need to do in order to prevent this from occurring next time. And before you know it, it will seldom happen to you again. Apply this to anything. Apply this to your dream pursuit. Apply this to your success trips. Apply this to your dreams. Apply this to your careers. Then you will never ever befall a victim of this blame game, okay? But rather, you will become victorious and successful in anything you are doing. I believe this video will shed more light to you, and I believe this video will prevent you from becoming a victim of the blame game, okay? If you have found value in this video, please, I will want you to click on the subscribe button below and smash on the notification bell so that when the next video comes up, you will be notified and you will come and learn towards your own success in life. As you know, this channel is dedicated for giving out important points for people that are on their journey to success so that they will avoid any preventable mistakes that can be prevented. And if you are a returning viewer, I would want to say thank you for coming up on this channel. And if you are yet to subscribe as a returning viewer, I will also remind you to subscribe and then turn on the notification bell. Thank you guys for sticking to the end of this video. See you in another video. Bye.